Yo, 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 yo. What's good, everybody? Hope y'all doing good out there. SS9 Vegeta, my brother. Number one headband, what's good with you? We got Plus Ultra in the house. Dribble Piss, my brother, what's going on? De Parra, what's good? Tyron Singh. We got Shao G in the house, what's good? Anthony Vasquez, what's good, my brother? Hopefully the audio good, the video good. Y'all doing good on this this Monday afternoon? Hopefully so, man. To die for, what's good? We're gonna talk about it, man. Y'all know we gotta talk about it. J Love in the house, what's good, my brother? Always rocking out with me. C.A. Real. I see you, fam. I see you. Now, y'all knew we was going to talk about this. Miss Bossy in the house. What's good? Talking about Xbox just took us to Flop City. Yes, indeed. We're going to talk about the T-flops. We're going to talk about the game flops. Lika was good. Absolutely. Absolutely. Nothing but truths and facts. Jesus Pena. Yes, sir. My Astros in the house. In the house. Coop man was good, player. Hope you're doing good today, man. Y'all come on in. We're going to talk about it. All I want to know, man, is what happened? You got the word.
John in Tennessee, go ahead. What you want to say?
That shit is fucking trash, dog. Get the fuck off the airwaves.
Oh.
The world's most powerful console. You got all the T flops. Joel H, I see you, Joe. I see you. You know, you got all the T-flops. You got the world's most powerful console. You got the Rapid Pack Map, the DX12 Ultimate. You got the Jason Ronald Special, the 2.4 gigabits per second SSD drive. You know what I'm saying? You got all the backwards compatibility. You got all of that, right? You got everything. The RDNA2, the full RDNA2. Morgan Kimes, you know it's finna be a movie. Johnny Gaming, I see you. DMG Tank, what's good, my brother? Listen, we gonna talk about it, man. All I'm saying is you got the world's most powerful console. These dudes talked about power for years. Jesus Pena, yeah, man. Hey, listen, I'm from Texas, brother. You know what I'm saying? Shit, we damn near Mexico anyway. You know what I'm saying? I got you, play. But so with all of that power, and this is your flagship game. This is your God of War. You're The Last of Us. This is your Uncharted. Your Horizon Forbidden West. This is your Gran Turismo. This is your everything. This is your billion-dollar franchise, as they like to say. And yet, we got Craig with a beard.
John in Tennessee, go ahead. What you want to say?
That shit is fucking trash, dog. Get the fuck
Craig
off the
with a
airwaves.
Oh.
Thank you, Morgan Kimes, with the $5. I appreciate it, sweetheart. She said, Craig asked if you could stall him out, Jay. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. There is no pardons to be had today. None at all. I don't understand this, y'all. I do not understand. How can you have all this power at your disposal? All of these dudes talking about Microsoft is a software company. They know what they doing. Well, goddamn, $500 million? Your game got delayed for the graphics. And a year later, we see worse graphics than we originally saw? Listen, I ain't the smartest man in the world. But if Insomniac can be bought for $200 million and make 5 GOTYs in 5 years, why the fuck Microsoft can't get its flagship game looking halfway decent for all the power it has? Strictly Gaming, my brother. Digital, I see you. Godson, I see you. Words, I see you. But we need to talk about this. These are some questions that need to be answered. These same dudes out here taking CGI Halo characters, trying to pass them off for actual gameplay. When the developer themselves come out and said, nah, player, that's CGI. What you gonna get is over here on the right.
John in Tennessee, go ahead. What you want to say?
That shit is fucking trash, dog. Get the fuck off the airwaves.
Oh,
that shit is trizash. Game O'Malley. Listen, I'm just trying to understand, y'all. Blackbeard, I see you. Carlos Alvarado, my brother. That's Misi. Now, here's the thing. I don't want to hear the excuses. Well, you know what? Gamers only play the multiplayer. Metal Hell Panic, I see you, player. I don't want to hear it's really about the multiplayer. You know why? Because they're not charging us $65 for the multiplayer. They're charging us $65 for the single player campaign. And guess what they showed us today? I rest my case. Listen, I get it. That $500 million budget, that was the budget they had if that game would have launched last holiday. Well, now that game has been delayed a whole nother year. They hired outside help to help with this game. And this game ended up looking worse than it previously did. Let that sink in. Digital Foundry had to come out and talk about this. And I'm going to tell y'all what they said, man, word for word. Shout out to that Alex guy. I'm going to tell you his name is Alex Battaglia. I'm trying not to kill this man. He said, I watched Halo Infinite campaign overview. He said, sure, there's some stuff to talk about there, but I could not help but notice that animation issue is still present. In Infinite, the animation rate is lower than the frame rate for the first person animation, like the spike gun reload, for example. It does not look great when it happens in a
John in Tennessee, go ahead. What you want to say?
That shit is fucking
and it's
trash,
some sort of
dog.
artifact. And I can't imagine
Oh.
it has to do with performance. Like, animations are really important. They should look smooth. But that's not the case with this Halo Infinite. That is not the case with the Halo Infinite. Now, we all know in most games, the campaign tends to look a lot better graphically because they don't have a requirement for frame rates. They don't have a requirement for how many characters you're going to have on screen at the same time. They're able to control that. Therefore, the graphical fidelity can be ramped up a lot when it's a single player campaign focus. Well, guess what? From my perspective and a lot of other people's perspective, it looks like the campaign looks worse than the multiplayer. Granted, the multiplayer run at 60 frames per second and stuff like that. But with all that power that you have, with all that power, what's going on? Why are you using it? You can't tell me about you waiting for the tools. The tools have come and gone, remember? Shout out to RDX and Dilla Gaming there. Remember? The 40-50% 40-50 frames delta? Not including ray tracing? So I don't understand what's going on here. I need somebody from Microsoft or some Xbox dude to tell me what's going on here. And don't just tell me, and you know what, just be quiet and play your game. Stop it. Don't start trying to be kumbaya now. And of course, you gotta love Sony because they just as petty as I am.
John in Tennessee, go ahead. What you want to say?
That shit is fucking trash, dog. Get the fuck off the airwaves.
Oh.
A 20-second Horizon Forbidden West little teaser trailer. That gotta be petty. That gotta be petty. That sounds like some shit that I would do. Anthony Vasquez said they don't want to believe it. Absolutely not. To die for, I see you, brother. My brother Brian Carter with the $2. Some of the broadband bullets gotta have their heads checked. Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. Absolutely. One thing I can tell you, right? One thing I can say is this is a clear distinction from premier gaming to mediocre gaming. Xbox has been mediocre all last generation. They've been mediocre this generation thus far. And PlayStation has exceeded. PlayStation has outdone them. PlayStation has outmaneuvered them. They've outsold them. They've outclassed them. They've outstrategized them. Even, when it comes to the console itself, they tried to mock Mark Cerny. They took his words out of text. They talked about how the dynamic scaling and ramping up of power when you need it and you don't need it, and moving back and forth between CPU and GPU, how all that was going to be a bottleneck. They talked about our SSD, right? They talked about our SSD.
John in Tennessee, go ahead. What you want to say?
That shit is fucking trash, dog. Get the fuck off the airwaves.
Oh.
It's a lot cheaper. It's 2-3 times as faster. Guess what? The Xbox guys, they no longer talk about the SSD anymore. They no longer talk about T-flops anymore. They no longer talk about exclusives anymore. They no longer talk about the better version of the multiplats anymore. All of the stuff that they hyped up, they don't talk about ray tracing anymore. Y'all notice that? Just think about that. This whole conversation was about power, power, power. Shout out to my good brother Gamer O'Malley with the $2. Halo needs a candlelight visual. Rest in peace. I hope it ain't so, man, but I think this will be the last Halo for a long, long time. He said, hit that like button. I appreciate that, my good brother. And my brother, Brian Carter, with the $2. I appreciate that. Chat, I love to abuse my power. Don't make me do it. Absolutely, good brother. Absolutely. You know, it's funny, man, how the tables have turned. How we went from counting 52 CUs. How many CUDA cores. Shout out to the beautiful and lovely Morgan Kimes with the $5. You know I appreciate it, lady. There's no way that a 20-second GIF from Gorilla should impress me more than 6 minutes of gameplay from 343. Preach. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. That don't make no sense. That don't make no sense. How? I need some answers. There's a lot of people that they're not talking anymore.
John in
Where's
Tennessee,
my
go
brother?
ahead. What you want to say?
That shit is fucking trash, dog. Get the fuck off the
All
airwaves.
my Xbox brethren. That shit is trash. So now we see why PlayStation has sold 12 to 13 million PlayStation 5s and Xbox has only sold 5 to 6 million Xboxes. And that includes 2 different consoles. Let that sink in, man. And you got your RDXs, you got your Dilla Gamings and your Coats and your Post-Ups and your Tim Dogs and all the other dudes out here on a day-to-day basis. Trying to lie to you and tell you that Xbox is great. When they flagship game can't even look decent. And I'm going to stand by this and I keep saying it and I'm going to say it again. Xbox won't have a better looking game than a PlayStation 5 first party top tier game. They won't. They won't have a game that look better than God of War, Spider-Man, or Horizon, or Gran Turismo, or any of these other games that compete. They just won't. Let alone once we start getting the Wolverines, the KOTORs, the Spider-Man 2s, and the Forspokens, and the Final Fantasy 16s, and on and on and on and on, right? Think about it. Some of your most diehard bots today are quiet. You don't hear a peep from them. Why is that? Why is that? Can somebody tell me? Why is that? I mean, I really would like to know. I need anybody. I don't care you. I just need somebody to tell me why.
John in Tennessee, go ahead. What you want to say?
That shit is fucking trash, dog. Get the fuck off the airwaves.
Oh,
Why? Why are they quiet? What happened? Why today? Why be quiet today? Today should have been the bit coming out, right? Oh, we're gonna have 15 minutes of Halo campaign. We finna show you ponies what it is. Y'all don't have no games for the rest of the year. Bruh. It's damn near November. What are we doing here? Compost, I see you, player. Panda Mark, I see you. Big Stout. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm just asking the questions, man. Where we at? Listen, where Post Up now? Where Tim Dog now? Where Dilla Gaming now? I broke Dilla's legs earlier. He went out there with that CGI picture, trying to tout that as an upgrade. And the developer came out and said, "Nah, player, that was CGI. Here's what you're getting." And we got the ugly Craig. And they're gonna go and delete start deleting their tweets. Big Stout talking about they singing the Golden Girls theme song. Thank you for being a friend. Oh man. Oh man. Listen, all the stuff that's in the background, that's all the tweets from today. That's all the tweets from today. All of these dudes caught L's. Major L's. Major L's. What they're gonna watch, the next excuse is gonna be, oh, that was an old bill they showed. They showed us an old bill. That wasn't a new bill. They got time to fix it. These old goofy ass, get your goofy ass up out here. Get your old lying ass, goofy ass.
John in Tennessee, go ahead. What you want to say?
Bruh. That shit is fucking trash, dog. Get the fuck off the airwaves.
Oh.
How can I put it? The fact that somebody from Microsoft said, hey man, we finna show this. We finna show up and we finna show out. Y'all all wake up early in the morning at 8 a.m. Check this shit out. We finna blow y'all mind. Man, we got Craig with the COVID mask on because they don't want y'all to see their mouths and their grills. Like, this shit is spooky, man. What are we doing? The grappling hook has no kind of physics to it. It's just a straight line like somebody drew it with a ruler. And you know the sad part about it? Guerrilla Games came out, PlayStation came out. They showed their Horizon Forbidden West with her grappling hook. And her grappling hook looked like some next gen shit. She's flying through the air. She's grappling, running up the walls, jumping and diving. And man, Aloy living her best life. Her best next generation life. And guess what? And that's a cross generation game. How Aloy got a better grappling hook than you? Hugo, I see you. I'm doing fine. My brother Noah, 706 Game in the house. Panda Mark is right. That lighting looks 360 era. Heat the Heathen Stevens in the house. Rookie. Arctic, I see y'all, man. Thank y'all for coming and coming through and rocking out with your boy. This shit is crazy. I don't understand. I need somebody to explain this shit to me. How do you spend $500 million just to get ridiculed?
John in Tennessee, go ahead. What you want to say?
That shit is fucking trash, dog. Get the fuck off the airwaves.
Oh.
Shout out to the wonderful Morgan Kimes with the $5. I appreciate that. There's a reason that was a highly edited gameplay trailer. She said they could never just do 10 minutes of pure unedited gameplay like Sony does. Big facts. Big facts. Y'all notice when they showed Horizon Forbidden West, right? They showed you in the beginning, the beginning gameplay. It went from cinematic to actual gameplay. And you was like, damn, I didn't even see that cut. Because the gameplay was basically cinematic. It looks, it plays, it looks, everything is the exact same. It's real time. Only Sony can do this. Microsoft can't do this. They'll give you high resolution screenshots. They'll give you PC screenshots. But then when they turn around and give you actual gameplay, look what we got. Look what we got. Lorenzo, I see you, player. I don't understand this. I need somebody to explain how do you spend over $500 million with your flagship game and come out looking worse than the previous game. Digital Foundry talking about the shit is all janky. The animations is half the frame rates. You running around with 30 frame animations in a 60 frame game. What are we doing here? Now imagine when you play multiplayer in the 120 frames per second mode and your animations are stuck at 30. Come on, man. What are we doing here? What the fuck are we doing here? I don't get it. How long are we going to keep letting these dudes get away with this shit? How? This would never happen to a Sony IP. This would never happen.
John in Tennessee, go ahead. What you want to say?
That shit is fucking trash, dog.
My
Get
brother,
the fuck
Big
off the
Stout was
airwaves.
good, player. Thank you for that. Big Stout with the $2. Noah. Big Stout said Noah crying on the inside privately. You know it, man. My man Noah had to get ahead of the curve and go do a video. Andrew Wilkins with the $2. Another Xbox IP bites the dust. Halo is forever dead. Listen, Andrew Wilkins, I don't see how they can come back from this. I don't see how they can come back from this. How? How do you come back from this? This is your flagship game. You only got 3 games. Halo, Gears, and Forza. You already shot your load with Gears. This is your flagship, Forza. Horizon's gonna, I think that's gonna pass the test, but I'm gonna be honest. Now you down to 1 IP. Now Forza is the face of the Xbox brand, a damn racer. And I ain't knocking it because Gran Turismo is the face of PlayStation. But let's face it, they can scrap Gran Turismo tomorrow and they still got Horizon. They still got The Last of Us. They still got Uncharted. They still got God of War. They still got, all kind of other games they got, Shit, they can, if they want to, they can go with Returnal. They can go with your Ratchet and Clanks, your Spider-Mans, the Wolverines, and on and on and on, right? I got a bunch of shit I can keep coming with. But this is your number 1 piece. Listen, and I know y'all keep asking about my brother Post Up, man. Listen, I don't know where Post Up at. He's been hiding ever since the 30 million Game Pass number turned out to be fake. Come to find out, they still sitting at 18 million after 4 or 5 years. So he hasn't come out of hiding yet, and I don't think he's going to come out, especially after this news. I hate to say it, man. It's disheartening, man.
John in Tennessee, really go ahead. What you want to say?
That shit is fucking trash, dog. Get the fuck off the airwaves.
Halo is trash. There's just really no damage control in it. And I get it, right? The multiplayer is going to be free. Whoop-de-doo. Whoop-de-doo. You're still charging $65 for that. How do you think that Metacritic score is going to shake out for Halo, y'all? They're not going to be able to score just the multiplayer and not the campaign. They're going to have to score everything. So if Halo gets, call it a 70 something, 60 something, I don't know. Just call it whatever. How is that going to shake out? Your flagship franchises have been decreasing in Metacritic score ever since back in the day. Just like Dribble said, it's karma for all the bullshit that they've been spouting every year. Every year. These dudes get on the podcast. They go to tell you why Xbox is winning from behind, why cloud is the future, and why consoles don't matter, and sales don't matter, and exclusives don't matter, and all ray tracing don't matter, and all kind of other stuff, right? But we got your flagship franchise, and this is how you treat it. Microsoft doesn't know what a good game is. They do not know what a good game is. Remember, they said they wanted Crackdown to sit next to Halo, Gears, and Forza. They said that. I didn't say that. They said that. They said that. They said canceling Scalebound was better for the game. It was good for the game. I didn't say that. They said that. Shout out to my man Noah, you know what I'm saying? He goes to try to say that, well, it's because Microsoft got to take some of the Xbox stock.
John in Tennessee, go ahead. What you want to say?
That shit is fucking trash, dog. Get the fuck off the airwaves.
Oh.
Is that what we doing? We're gonna blame this on the cloud now? You ain't got no ray tracing, no next generation textures and lighting and features that says, hey, I'm playing it on the big boy X Series X. I don't get it, man. At what point is Microsoft, I'm not even gonna call them Xbox fanboys, but Microsoft fanboys, at what point are they gonna hold Microsoft's feet to the fire? And I'm gonna be honest, maybe they should have kicked 343 to the curb and let Bethesda, the ID team, take over Halo. Maybe they should have. You spending over $500 million just to get ridiculed. What kind of game were they going to launch last year? If they was going to launch this game last year and truly launch it, the game wasn't launching with XP. It wasn't launching with Forge. It wasn't launching with co-op. It wasn't launching with all of these features, right? No ray tracing, none of that stuff. No leaderboards. So what kind of game were we going to get? Can you imagine if this game would have had dropped in? I hate to say it, but 343 got to go, man. If you take a studio like Ember Labs, a brand new studio, never made a game before ever in their life, and they were able to knock it out the park with a highly Metacritic game that looks graphically demanding, it looks next generation. When it comes to textures and lighting and, being a CGI movie and stuff like that. And it's a cross-gen game.
John in Tennessee, go ahead. What you want to say?
It's not even the next generation game.
That shit is fucking trash, dog. Get the fuck off the airwaves.
Oh.
What does that say about Xbox? What does that say about that studio? And I know some people are going to say, well, give them time. They'll have time to, bro, they're taking major features and they're basically buying their time. They said, well, you look, co-op, we're going to add that in like season 2. So, wait 3 or 4 months, 5 months, a year, and we're going to add that. But you're asking people to spend $65 for the full game, not just a multiplayer, but if they want to play the campaign, if they want to find out the story, what's going on? Is Cortana back? What happened to Cortana? Master Chief? What happened? What's going on? People got to pay full price for that. And don't tell me about no Game Pass. Because if you tell them about Game Pass, then people got to spend $15 every single month. That's $180 a year, I believe. I'm just, based on what people say. This game has been in development for over 6 years. And it's just a coincidence. Insomniac was able to crank out 5 big blockbuster AAA games, GOTYs, right? GOTY contenders in 5 years. 5 for 5, baby. And Sony only had to spend $200 million on them. Microsoft spending $500 million, over $500 million for one studio just to give us this ugly shit? That's a problem. That's a big problem. I don't know what they're going to have to do to fix it. I think it's a little bit too little too late. I think people are going to play it for the first couple of weeks, and then they're going to go back to their prospective shooters. They're going to go back to the Battlefield.
John in Tennessee, go ahead. What you want to say?
They're going to go back to the Fortnites, the Splitgates.
Dog, get the fuck off the airwaves.
Oh.
There's a huge problem at Microsoft, and it's not just 343. It's Microsoft. It's a big problem with them. They don't know what a good game is. When they came out last summer and showed us Halo Infinite looking like that, that means they greenlit that. They said that gamers were going to see this and they were going to find it very pleasing. And that wasn't the case. Fast forward a year, they say, let's show these dudes this campaign. Let's get them up early in the morning and it's going to be very pleasing to them. And what happened? That was not the case. Shout out to Overdone. I see you, player. Yes, sir. Get my memes ready. Carol Anchor. So that just, there's a consensus is that Microsoft don't know what a good game is. And don't give me that fucking Death's Door shit or that Psychonauts, that Multiplat shit, right? Don't give me some shit somebody else made. This is Microsoft's IP. Microsoft has been in charge of this since day one. Since Xbox opened their doors. Since day one, 20 years ago, they've been responsible for Halo. There's a term, if you can't shit, get off the pot. And if Microsoft can't make good games, if they can't give gamers what gamers really want and deserve and need, they need to get off the pot. Let somebody else take over. Microsoft excels in a bunch of areas. Gaming is not one of them. And this is from a gamer perspective. I'm not giving you this from a business perspective.
John in Tennessee, go ahead. What you want to say?
A gamer.
That shit
Shout
is
out to
fucking
Jizz. What's
trash,
up, my brother?
dog. Get the fuck off the airwaves.
Shadow, I see you. Fernando Perez, what's good? Surgeon 12, what's good? This just don't make any sense, y'all. And I know some dudes are out there damage controlling. Well, it's all about the multiplayer. I only care. The game is fun to me. Who cares? Come on, man. You got to take pride in your games. Is your standard that low? Or do you just love Phil Spencer and those executives that much where you're willing to take a subpar game, subpar experience after you done spent another $500 on the world's most powerful console? Absolutely. They pulled a Ubisoft with Halo. And here's the thing. Halo 5 wasn't even that bad. It wasn't a bad looking game. They had a lot to work with there. From the consensus is that Halo 5 was a great game. It's just the story was trash. They overhyped the fight between Locke and Master Chief. So they had a lot to work with there. They didn't have to change much of anything. But these graphics on Halo Infinite does not look better than Halo 5 graphics. You can turn the sharpness up all you want. You can add all kind of COVID masks to your characters all you want. You can add a, one of those goddamn silly putty strings to the, to Master Chief all you want. AKA grappling hook. You're not fixing the problem. I don't remember people talking about Halo 5 was a bad looking game. Halo 5 looked great. Compared to the hardware at the time. So all of a sudden, these dudes talking about Halo's never been a great looking game.
John in Tennessee, go ahead. What you want to say?
Shit is trash.
That shit is fucking trash, dog. Get the fuck off the airwaves.
Oh.
I don't know, man. I'm looking for answers, and none of the bots are out. They're quiet. They're not rah-rah anymore. Where everybody at? Why is it ghost town around here? I feel like I'm living in Silent Hill today. What's going on? What's the deal? Y'all seen him? I ain't seen nobody. My brother SS9 Vegeta, I appreciate it, my brother, with the $2. It's time for Xbox to get the fuck out of game. Neil Agosto. Neil, what's good, player? Hope you good. Listen, I just keep saying, man, Microsoft need to shit or get off the pot. Stop pussyfooting around with gaming. Either you gonna be the best that you can be and knock this bitch out the park, or you're gonna go ahead and give up and be done. Sell this shit off to somebody else. They'll take over the IPs. They'll trust it. They'll be right. Or just get out of console gaming and just become a third party publisher. Which I think they're gonna head that way anyway. How is it that Sony can come out with ray tracing in all their games? Their games looking amazing and godly with all these next generation features and stuff like that. But Xbox can't seem to pull any of that together. Remember, Xbox is full RDNA 2. Not half. Not some. But full. And yet, the RDNA 1 console is blowing his back out. Pause. Where everybody at, man? Are they on Twitter Spaces or something? Are they somewhere getting BBLs?
John in Tennessee, go ahead. What you want to say?
All about
that shit is fucking trash, dog. Get the fuck off the airwaves.
Oh.
Cause this shit is trash. I don't know, man. I need y'all to tell me what's really good. Why do y'all see Xbox from here on out? If this is their flagship game and it's looking the way it looks, what's next? Where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? Like, what's there has to be an end game, y'all. A company would never do better than their flagship game. Matter of fact, if it was PlayStation, if it was Sony, right? If it was PlayStation, I don't feel like PlayStation would let another company outshine their games. You know, even with Final Fantasy, with not Ubisoft, but Square Enix, you know, like Forspoken, that shit looks amazing. Final Fantasy 16, that shit looks amazing. Final Fantasy 7 Remake, that shit looks amazing, right? All those look amazing, graphically demanding games. It fits into the PlayStation ecosystem. But even with that said, PlayStation, you know, like they would be like, those games look good, but you know what? We just got to make sure that our games look a little bit better. Our games got to look better on our console before we let anybody else make a game that look better. Microsoft, it's the opposite. It's the opposite. Third party have better looking games on Xbox than the first party. And I don't understand that. You let another man outshine you on your song, on your album. Man, that's some crazy shit, y'all. Shout out to my big bro, Big Stout with the $2. Doug, get ready for post to say the tools. Absolutely, sir. Listen,
John in Tennessee, go ahead. What you want to say?
That shit is fucking trash, dog. Get the fuck off the airwaves.
Anytime they come in here, we can say, man, that shit is trash. Get the fuck out of here with that trash. That's what we're going to say. We're going to tell them, get out of here with that trash. Don't bring up no tools. Don't bring up the Donnie D's, the Terry Morrisons. Don't bring up the Herman Hulse and the Jim Ryans talking about they gonna follow Microsoft footsteps and all kind of other goofy shit. And let's talk about these games. Why is your games looking trash? There is no need for it. Like, why? This is your first party studio. Nobody should know that fucking hardware more than you. This console was built with DX12 in mind. Y'all remember that? This console has ray tracing baked into the chips. Y'all remember that? This motherfucker got 8K stamped into the chip. Y'all remember that? Halo was built from the ground up on the X Series X. Y'all remember that? We heard it all before, man. We heard it all. All of a sudden now people get amnesia. Well, we ain't really say that. They ain't really mean that. What they meant was, you see what I'm saying? All these goofy ass excuses that they coming up with. Yeah, man, you got D-Batch, Dilla Gaming, and all the rest of the goofy ass niggas out there trying to damage control and come up with all kind of stuff. Oh, Halo looks great. It looks this. It looks that. Stop lying, man. Tell the truth for once. And if you listen very closely to what they say, you'll see them backtracking and moonwalking all day, every day. Oh, it looked great for me. I can't wait to play it on PC. You know what I'm saying? Like, who the fuck trying to play it on PC, man? Come on. This is your 12
John
Chief
in
Officer,
Tennessee, go ahead. What you want to say?
console.
That shit is fucking trash, dog. Get the fuck off the airwaves.
Oh,
Man, that shit is trash. Get that shit out of here, man. That shit is trash. I'm telling you, man, these dudes be... I think I'm about to retire, y'all. I'm gonna be honest. Old Kratos been thinking about retiring, man. I think my job is done, man. All I wanted to do is make Xbox great again, hold their feet to the fire, ridicule them and mock them until they do better. But then I start realizing, man, these dudes out here, they've been living good. They've been living comfortable at the bottom. They done made a nice little home, a nice little pallet. They got a couple of snacks in the pantry. They done built them a nice little wood fireplace. They living good at the bottom end of gaming. You know what I'm saying? They done took your boy out 3, 4, 5 accounts. You know what I'm saying? I ran out of bots, man. All the OG bots, they done lost their damn mind. They following behind some of these new cats that just came into the game 2 weeks ago on Twitter Spaces. They pushing those dudes. The game done changed. They done gave up. They no longer talking about the power. You know, they done went from we have the best games to we have the best games of the quarter to, well, we have the best game for the last 2 months of the year. What the fuck are we doing here, man? Come on. The fuck you mean we got the best games the last 2 months of the year? Like, for real? Is that what we doing? Like, is that what we doing? Oh, no, we don't care about the rest of the year. We don't care about 10 months. We care about the last 2 months. The 2 months where everybody spent playing Battlefield and Call of Duty. Like, is that what we doing? What a fall from grace. You know,
John in Tennessee,
that's why
go
I
ahead.
say,
What you
man,
want to say?
I'm contemplating
That shit is
retiring.
fucking trash, dog. Get the fuck off the airwaves.
Oh,
That shit is trash. The fuck out of here. That shit is trash. And you know, I don't want to hear about the cloud and all that other goofy shit. We're console gamers. I don't want to hear about PC. Your game's gonna be. I don't want to hear about that shit. We are console gamers at heart. We always have. We always will be. We ain't trying to wait 3, 4, 5 years for some goddamn games to go to PC. Let's face it. I just don't understand, man. I don't understand. And to not blame Phil Spencer is the craziest shit in the world. And I'm going to tell you why. It's really crazy because Phil Spencer took over in 2014. 2014, 1 year. No, some months after Dunny D. Dunny D only lasted 6 months. Don Matrix only lasted 6 months. And then they ousted him. Phil Spencer been in charge ever since. And these dudes still saying, give Phil Spencer more time. You know, and it's bad when Digital Foundry got to tell you your goddamn animations look janky. They running at 30 frames a second. You got the developer telling Dilla and D-Batch and them that stop sharing that damn CGI screenshot. That shit is not upgraded. Like the game just done changed, man. And I think last generation it really took a toll, but this generation it's a continuation of last generation, and I think that's what did it. When Microsoft launched 2 next generation consoles with not one single game, I think that was the writing on the wall, y'all.
John in Tennessee, go ahead. What you want to say?
That shit is fucking trash, dog. Get the fuck off the airwaves.
Oh,
that shit out of here. That shit is trash. But I'm just wondering where all the bots at, man. I thought I would have a good fight on my hands. I thought they would come out and say, man, give it more time, J-Dub. Give it more time, Kratos. You got to give it time. Let the twos work. It's an old build. They used a 2-year-old build. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. What are we doing here? Who the fuck uses an old build when they displaying something new? If they got a better build out there, if their game looks better, they're going to show you their game running the best of light. Like, come on. But it's crazy when Sony shows something, they have such huge standards. Their standards are extremely high when it comes to PlayStation games. They start pixel peeping. They start frame counting. They start zooming in 8,000%. Looking at all the foliage. Looking at all the lighting, all the ray tracing. They start scrutinizing shit. But when they dog shit games come out, they put the blindfold on. Just play your games. Stop zooming in. We don't care. Just have fun. I'm gonna have fun with my friends. It's in Game Pass. What do you expect? It's free. You know, all these goddamn excuses. This shit is tiring, man. It's sad. That's really what it is. It's sad. We have beat these bots the fuck up so much, they've given up. They don't even show up to podcasts anymore. They would rather hang out in Twitter spaces. They would rather, I'm gonna be honest, they would rather do other shit. And rightfully so, right? If Microsoft is not
John in Tennessee, go ahead, what you want to say?
That shit is fucking trash, dog. Get the fuck off the airwaves.
Oh.
Cause that shit is trash, man. Get that shit out. That shit is trash. Just saying. I'm just saying. Listen, I'm just saying. Shout out to my good brother, Charm City Games. We call him Lucky Charms with the $2. J-Dub, that Sony blood run deep in you. Always bet on blue, never on green, player. Never on green. Emmanuel A1 says, "Stop this shit, J-Dub. You know this game gonna be. You know you're gonna be on. You're gonna be playing Halo Infinite day one. It's game of the year. Oh man, star me out, man. Listen, I may stream that dog shit, cause I do have a pro Xbox fan base that I have to uphold, my brother. Nothing wrong with that. Listen, I know y'all been out on Twitter crying. I know y'all been in your little Twitter spaces. Y'all been trying to see what's the next damage control move. Digital Foundry kind of roundhouse you motherfuckers this morning. You know, Guerrilla Games coming out with that Horizon Forbidden West little small teaser trailer kind of punched you in the back of the head. You know what I'm saying? I know that kind of got you guys shook. But at what point are we going to call a spade a spade? My brother Mello in the house. My brother Mello. He mad because I got a pro Xbox and Nintendo fan base I got to placate to. He mad. Listen, all I'm saying is, in a whole year of the delay, all we see is Craig got a fucking James Harden beard. That's all these motherfuckers did. It took them a year to draw a fucking fake beard on this motherfucker. What the fuck are we doing here? What the fuck are we doing here? Somebody tell me.
John in Tennessee, go ahead. What you want to
That shit
say?
is trash.
That
man.
shit is fucking trash.
That bullshit
Dog,
out
get the
here.
fuck off the
Shit is
airwaves.
trash. Country working man, I see you, player. I see you. Monkey Power, I see you. Listen, all I'm saying, man, if this is your flagship game, you done spent over $500, $500 million. You done had 6-7 years. What's up? What you got to show for it? Shout out to Steady Flow, my brother. J-Dub is preaching all the facts. All the time, sir. All the time. Listen, I just need some bots that's going to keep it real. I need some bots that's going to come out, grab Phil Spencer by his suspenders, toss his ass out on that curb, and demand some better games. You know, that's all I'm saying. Demand better. If you demand better, you're going to get better. You know, both Nintendo and Sony has had generations where they came out with the hardware wasn't up to par. What did they do? They doubled down on themselves, they doubled down on the games, and they made it out. They made it out okay. Microsoft is the only ones that keep doubling and tripling down on trash. You got to be better, man. You got to be better. Shout out to Emmanuel A1. Hey, we finally got VRR, brother. Appreciate that. We finally got VRR. All the TVs and everything were updated, and there's a update in December, early December, that will have the PS5 with the VRR. But listen, that VRR ain't helping fucking Craig. So fuck out of here with that. The Ruham, my brother, man, I appreciate that with the $20. What's good, Jay, my brother? Same old, man. I'm in here doing the Lord's work, man. I'm praying for these
John in Tennessee,
boys.
go ahead. What you want to say?
That shit is trash, man.
Trash. Don't get the fuck off the airwaves.
Oh,
I don't, man, the Ruham, I don't know what we're going to do, man. I think a brother finna retire, man. I really do. I think I'm finna retire. We got all these, the new booties. Shout out to the Xbox dudes. They hiding behind a bunch of new up and coming Xbox dudes. They hiding behind them goofies, hoping that they gonna take them to the promised land. You know, the dudes with the extremely low gamer scores and trophy scores. Yeah, it's bad out here, G. It's bad out here, man. I don't know, man. I just look at gaming right now. I see PlayStation, Nintendo. I see they just can't do no wrong. They're just knocking it out the park with their fan bases. They're giving their fan bases what the fan base want. In the Xbox community, man, these dudes are just, they taking crumbs and they're calling it, you know, filet mignon. And it's upsetting and it's sad to see. You know, you got my brother Mello, you know, you playing these dog shit 50 Metacritic games, talking about its greatness and it deserves a Goldie Award. You know, that shit is disheartening for me to see. Shit crazy, man. Dudes be having fucking lint balls in their head. Pause. They be out here, you know what I'm saying, looking like some homeless bums. Listen, that VR, listen, them days over. Them days over of VRR, VRS, ALM, and all that, and ray tracer. That shit is over, man. That shit was dead the first couple of months of the console generation. Do not come in here with that VRR shit. All that tech shit, you gonna get that work. Halo got all that shit, and look how dog shit that shit look. Do not come in here with that. This is the wrong podcast for you to come in to start mentioning all these shit, right? You got Dolby Vision, you got VRS,
John in Tennessee,
ALM,
go ahead. What you
all
want to
that
say?
shit.
That shit is fucking trash.
All
Dog, get
Craig
the
got was
fuck
a
off the
man.
airwaves.
That shit is trash, man. That shit is trash. That shit fuck out of here. Shit is trash. I don't know, man. I don't know where we go from here, man. I really don't. At this point in time, I think Halo is a dead franchise. I know dudes are gonna cap for it. They're gonna play it for about a week or two, just like they did Flight Simulator, and you'll never hear from them again. They'll start riding that wave of Forza, as they should, right? They'll just hang on to Forza until Starfield come out next holiday. And then they'll be back at square one, talking about, well, y'all ain't got no games for December. Y'all ain't got no games for December. Y'all dry for the month of December. If you don't get your weirdo ass out of here, PlayStation been getting games every single month this year, and these goofy motherfuckers talking about the last month of the year, the last 2 months of the year. The mere fact that they need a VRR and VRS to stabilize them old ragged ass frames, that's more embarrassing in itself, especially when you got 12 T-flops. Why would you need gimmicks if you have the power? You see what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying? This shit is disheartening. I don't know where we go from here. It seems like Halo Infinite is not going to be it. Everybody's mocking it. It's a joke again. It's a meme again. The Xbox dudes are being ridiculed again. They getting beat down. They're in hiding again. They're in their safe space, the Twitter space. They all hide in there. They lock everybody out, make sure no ponies can come in and listen to what they talking about. And basically they coordinating just to say, hold the line. Just go out there and say Halo is great.
John in Tennessee, go ahead. What you want to say?
Trash
That
is
shit
fucking
is
console.
fucking trash, dog. Get the
Shit is
fuck
trash.
off the airwaves.
Shit is trash. I don't know, man. I'm thinking about retiring. I think old J-Dub job is done, right? You know what I'm saying? I think I'm gonna pull a Sean Lake, man. I'm gonna just roll out to the sunset on top. What y'all think, man? Y'all think J-Dub need to retire? I might do a poll, man. Pause. Double pause. They ain't come out right. Morgan Kime said, "I better not listen." I listen, Morgan. Listen, man. It's so bad. I'm losing friends. They don't want to call me back no more. They don't want to text me no more. They don't want to debate no. I don't like. What else is there for me? What else is there for me? We got Social Destruct with $5. When I knew it was over for Xbox as a console is when I turned on my PC and saw an Xbox app, which is now part of Windows, by the way. There, done. He ain't wrong there. You ain't wrong there, my brother. I can't even deny that. I really can't deny that. But, I mean, to keep it real, right? To keep it real, I'm a console gamer. Yes, I have PC, but my preferred way to play is on a console. So that is not going to interest me to go to the PC. So the console is where I'll always be. Now, I generally buy every console. But with Xbox this generation, they tried it with the power narrative again. And we have yet to see any of the power at play.
John in Tennessee, go ahead. What you want to say?
That shit is fucking trash, dog. Get the fuck off the airwaves.
We have yet to see any of that stuff outdo the PlayStation 5, the weaker console, supposed weaker console. But we have seen that the PlayStation 5 has the better version of the multiplats, the exclusives, a ton of games with ray tracing, and all kind of stuff like that, right? Next generation features, haptic feedback, and all kind of stuff. The next generation look, just the design of the console is next generation. Next generation Wi-Fi, got Wi-Fi 6 built in. You can talk to motherfuckers inside the controller without headphones. You can share your gameplay and your friend can share their gameplay with you. Y'all can be watching each other's gameplay at the same time y'all playing the game. That's next generation shit. Xbox can't even stream the fucking YouTube. Let that sink in, man. Just basic shit. On top of dog shit graphics like Halo Infinite, something has to give. Something has to give. I know some of these dudes, they done moved on to Starfield. That's a goddamn shame. They done dropped Halo already. They done moved on to next year, to next holiday. Well, you just wait till Starfield. Starfield is going to show you. God damn. Shaking my goddamn head. And you know the sad part about it is Sony has a state of play on Wednesday. Imagine if that state of play knock it out the park. Right? Anyway, man, I just want to kind of get some of y'all opinion and tell y'all what I thought about Halo, man. That shit looked mediocre. It's made by a mediocre developer team. It's owned by a mediocre company. A mediocre gaming division. By a mediocre executive. Just everything that's Xbox
John
related.
in Tennessee, go ahead. What you want to say?
Trash.
That shit is fucking trash.
Trash,
Get the
man.
fuck off the airwaves.
Oh,
Anyway, man, I'm finna go ahead and get out of here. We'll probably do a podcast tonight on Next Gen 720's channel, so y'all definitely go check us out over there. Y'all know we be wilding out over there. We're not gonna let this slide. Morgan Kimes, J Love, all y'all, man, come on over there tonight. Y'all gonna, you know what I'm saying? Listen, it's time out. We're gonna have to get some belts and we're gonna have to spank some ass. Pause. No holds barred tonight. We going in. I'm just being nice right now. But we going in tonight. We got to go in. We got to make, this is our last hurrah, man. This is our last chance to make Xbox great. So I'm telling you, show up tonight. Y'all not going to want to miss it. I guarantee you it's going to be the show of the year. We going in. We ain't pulling no punches. Any bots want to pull up, pull up. That's up to you to defend Phil Spencer and the rest of the dudes. That's up to y'all. We ain't gonna do it. We gonna go in as usual. I'm gonna bring the receipts. I got all the receipts in the background. I've been having them running for the last hour. So dudes can't say I'm lying, making some shit up. This is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But y'all be sure to check me out over there on Next Gen 720 channel. We gonna go in tonight, and we just gonna let the chips fall where they may. We may lose some friends, we may gain some friends, we don't know. But you know, we just gonna let it all out, man. Anyway, it's your boy J Dub, man. I definitely appreciate y'all. Thank y'all, man. Thank y'all for rocking out with me. As usual, you know what I'm saying? Your boy appreciate it. Thank you for all the love, all the super chats, for all these years, man. I try to keep you guys laughing on Twitter with all the memes and all the humor and stuff back and forth, man. Anyway, I'm up out of here.
John in Tennessee, go ahead. What you want to say?
Take it easy, peace.
That shit is fucking